Hi everyone, this is Miss Overstreet, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a form called the TP-CASTT. And so this is what the form looks like that you'll be using. And so I can make it just a little bit bigger. Most of the time the TP-CASTT has columns and everything, but this is kind of a simpler form to kind of help you guys or introduce you to the concept before we get into the complicated version of it. So today we're going to be looking at the poem called Where I'm From. And so here on my document, that's what I'm going to put as the title, Where I'm From. And then the author is going to be George Ella Lyon. So the first thing it asked me to do is to make a prediction, meaning what do you think the title means before you even read the poem? So obviously, it's called Where I'm From. I'm going to move the font down a little bit. Don't need it as big. So I predict the poem is going to be about George's life, or where they came from, like city or state or country. Okay, so that's my prediction. So now I'm going to read the poem, and then I'm going to translate the poem into my own words.
Where I'm From by George Ella Lyon. I am from clothespins, from Clorox and carbon tetrachloride. I am from the dirt under the back porch, black, glistening, it tasted like beets. I am from the forsythia bush, the Dutch elm, whose long gone limbs I remember as if they were my own. I'm from fudge and eyeglasses, from Imogene and Alifair. I'm from the know-it-alls and the pass-it-ons, from perk up and pipe down. I'm from He restoreth my soul with a cotton ball lamb and 10 verses I can say myself. I'm from Artemis and Billy's branch, fried corn and strong coffee. From the finger my grandfather lost to the auger, the eye my father shut to keep his sight. Under my bed was a dress box, spilling old pictures, a sift of lost faces to drift beneath my dreams. I am from those moments, snapped before I budded, leaf fall from the family tree.
Okay, so I've read the poem, so now I'm going to paraphrase it in my own words. Now, when you paraphrase something, sometimes you have to listen to it a couple of times to really make sure that you're getting the full idea of the poem, or well, this is a poem because that's what TP-CASTT is. So I'm going to translate the poem in my own words. So it's about George's life from being a little girl to an adult. Okay. Rephrase, what is the poem about? Okay, that's what translate the poem in your own words is. What is it about? And then rephrase difficult sections word by word. So, like, the most difficult section for me might have been carbon tetrachloride. So carbon tetrachloride might have been my hard part. So here I would put Clorox and carbon tetrachloride was difficult to understand because I don't know what the words mean. Okay. Maybe from, let's see, what's another part that I may, oh, the Forsyth the bush. I am from the Forsyth the bush is also difficult to understand because I don't know what this is. Okay, so I might say something like, I'm from Clorox, or I'm from clothespins from Clorox and carbon tetrachloride. I might rephrase that by saying, so my rephrasing would be, I am from Clorox and Tide. Okay, because carbon tetrachloride is like borax, and borax, if we want to be. I am from the Forsythia bush, so I might rephrase that and say, I am from the rose bush. Okay. Since I don't know what this kind of bush is, I'm going to use a bush I know. The connotation. Look beyond the literal meaning of the words and images as to their associations. So look beyond the literal meaning. So look beyond the words and how they mean to see a deeper meaning. So here I know perk up, pipe down, that means sit down, shut up, basically. Listen. Okay. I know he restoreth my soul and is a hymn, and it has 10 verses, and because this is a hymnal, I can take the inference or the connotation that she's talking about going to church. So here the connotation, the literal meaning, in the stanza about perk up, pipe down, meaning to sit down and be quiet. And then in the stanza, I don't need it quite that big again. And in the stanza about he restoreth my soul, I know that is a hymn. So she, because this happens, George is a she, and that was all in the lesson. But I know that the hymn, that is a hymn, so she went to church regularly to know that the song or the hymn has 10 verses, or seems like it, because sometimes church can be boring if you go and go and go and you don't feel like it. All right. Another thing is she talks about under her bed were the memories. So from here, a sift of lost faces to drift beneath my dreams. So in the stanza, where it talks about the dress box, it lets me know she is the adult in the poem at this point because of the lost faces as she drifts off to sleep. So that gives you the connotation that this is her adult memories. What is the speaker's attitude? The attitude is, how is the author feeling at this time? And to me, the author is feeling nostalgia or feeling reminiscence. I can't spell today. Reminiscence. That's probably wrong. Yeah. Not repentance. No, I really spelled it off. She's remembering her past. Okay. And so her attitude is to me, very loving and maybe sad. Okay. And that's how I feel. Now, your interpretation may be different. Where the shift tone setting, look for time and places, keys, words, stanza divisions, rhyme, what is the purpose, how do they contribute to the effect? Well, this is a poem about her, so there are I am statements throughout the poem. Also, I can tell that the time period has changed because this is a time period where you have clothespins, clothes are being hung on a clothesline, and you have carbon tetrachloride and Clorox, which shows in the first stanza shows a time without electricity or washer and dryers because she's hanging her clothes out. And then again in the last stanza she is dreaming of the old days or when she was younger. So now I'd ask you to re-examine the title. What do you think it means now in the context of the poem? Meaning, did it change after? So now go back up here. You did a predict. So where George's life, going to be about George's life, where they came from, like the city or state or country. So then I'm going to re-examine, what do you think it means now in the context of the poem? I still believe it is about George's life. So sometimes you predict and your prediction comes out true. Sometimes you predict and it comes out wrong. Think of the literal and metaphorical layers of the poem, then determine the overall theme. The theme must be written in complete sentences, of course, because it's English. We want complete sentences. So, here, I think the theme overall is remembering a time in her life where stories were told about her grandparents, parents, and things she remembered as a child. She treasures the memories that were given to her in pictures, and dreams of the stories that were told of the people. Okay, so that's the overall theme of this. And so that's what a TP-CASTT is. It's just an organizer to help bring out information about a poem. So this one just happened to be where I'm from, that I'm doing this off of. Fairly easy to deconstruct and fairly easy to understand. I didn't include some other important things that you could talk about, like dirt under the back porch, or a Dutch elm where limbs have been gone, and how it relates back to the finger being gone by the grandfather, by the auger, a tool for boring holes. I didn't talk about Imogene or Alifair or Artemis and Billy's branch. I didn't talk about the family tree or any of that. So there's still a lot to dissect. I just gave you a basic overview of how to do a TP-CASTT. There's much, much more that you could do for this story. So I hope this helps in putting together a TP-CASTT in the future, and I will see you soon. Bye.